and going into the computer. And most of those applications recommend the use of a sound card, like a Signal USB. There's various different brands, but those are the ones I can remember right now.
Well, in a case like that, the sound card's a translator. It allows your radio interface to, it allows you to hear the code coming out. You don't hear voice. PSK31, FL Digi, FT8 and FT4, none of those have anything to do with voice. It's all Morse code. You don't use the sound card to pick up the audio portion of a voice. You use it to pick up the audio portion of the code. The program translates it so you can hear it either on the computer or via the program.
Right. So how does the radio know how to key up? After. So if you're hearing it, that means somebody else is transmitting it to you, and then it has to stop, and then it switches back over, and then your radio talks to their radio to see what they do and don't have of the data, and then the other radio starts up again. So how does the radio know to stop keying and then start keying again if there's no actual signal, no interface between the radio and the computer?
Radio has to hook into the computer for it to work. You've got certain types of cables, and the program that you're running, FLDG, PSK31, whatever, knows. Are you familiar with the term packet and what a packet is?
I think so. It's a set of data that usually has a bit in front of it, and then it has the data, and then it has like a correction bit at the end. And I think that's what packet is.
Well, they call it block. A block of data. You send so many blocks of data per packet. It's predetermined. At the beginning of that block of data, there's a bit that says data start. At the end of that block of data, or that packet of data, there's a bit that says packet stop, or data stop. And the sound card, or the program interface for that radio, reads that, and it says, okay, he's done, so I can transmit now. And so it transmits what you set it up to transmit. And when it gets done transmitting your data, it also has the start-stop bit in that, and so the other station, the remote station you're talking to, recognizes that your data is done by the last bit, the stop bit. And so it can transmit in. That's the way the blocks of data work.
So actually what the sound card does is it reads the bits that are included with the transmission that tells it when to stop transmitting and when to start receiving, and how to switch back and forth between the two of those. It's not actually done in the computer.
Not true. Everything is computer. The whole thing depends on the program, the SLGG, the PSK31, the FT8, the FT4. The program itself is the one that's doing all this. It reads the data that the sending station is sending it via the radio. It's reading that via the cable that connects the radio with the computer. The program interprets that data, tells you what the data says. If I remember correctly, on PSK31, there's a panel there that you can read what the packet said, and you can respond. You can actually carry on a QSO on PSK31, where FT8, you set up macros, you send out a set of instructions and you receive a set of instructions. It's basically, hi, how are you? This is what your signal is, and I'm done. And then it goes to the next one, and you continue to send those out. But on PSK31, you can actually carry on a QSO via the keyboard, but it's all done in the program.
So I guess my question is, when you're using the program, does it know when to start transmitting after the other station stops sending?
Yes, sir. That's where the start and the stop bits come in at the beginning and the end of the packet. Your program reads those, interprets those as it's time for them to transmit by virtue of seeing that start bit, and it reads the packet as it's coming in, and then when the packet finishes, when the guy has finished sending, it's like sticking a period on the end of a sentence. It transmits a bit that says, I'm done. This is a stop bit. And it interprets that, it reads it as a stop bit, and it knows it's okay for your side to transmit.
So when it starts transmitting, wouldn't the voice operation mode of the radio hear that signal coming into the radio and then start transmitting?
Yeah, that's what the program says. Okay, it reads that stop bit from the foreign station that you're talking to. And then turns, if you're using PSK31, it's your turn to type something in and hit send. When you hit send, the program interprets that command. When you hit that enter key, it interprets that enter key as it's time to key the transmitter and transmit the data.
Okay, so I think that answers my question. But I don't want to hold up the net. I'll let you get on to the next one, and then if I catch up with you later, I'll restate it in another way later. But thank you for answering my question. I think I understand, and I think I understand what the answer to my question. So anyway, this is PSI. I will turn it back over to you.
All right, Jonathan, don't overthink it. It's not that difficult a concept. I think you're overthinking it. We'll catch up with you later. Remember to be clear, KI5, EIZ, let's get down to Mr. Chris at the lake, KP5 KBL, N5, XQK. Good afternoon, Chris.
Hey, Johnny, how are you doing? And good afternoon to everyone else on the net. I am currently out at the lake. It's almost bad to say that the first thing I did was go through and get the radio up in the air and kind of get that done. So currently the wife is hollering at me to get outside and get some other stuff done.
Well, you are at the lake. It's kind of like a mini vacation, so you don't want to get stuck into one thing. Anyway, you're sounding good. Your station is sounding really, really good on the 09.
Point later on this afternoon, I'll look at giving you a call and try to jump on the 06 just to see if I'm going to be able to hit that. I'm sure I won't have any problems. But just to kind of test it out before this evening's meeting.
Yeah, are you going to try to make that slip in and to fire? I don't know what lake you told me I know, but I don't remember what lake you said you're at.
Currently at Uladop Lake, which is on the just north of 20, coming out of Claremore.
Yes, I remember it well. I don't see if you'd have any problem getting in with the 06, but yeah, we can check it out later. I didn't know. I thought I was going to be able to make it, but the aftermath of our extermination process yesterday is going to be consuming most of my evening and probably all my weekend.
Well, that doesn't sound like too much fun. I'm going to see if I can't try to make it. I don't know how that's going to actually turn out. I should have kids and everyone else getting here by then. So I got a list of things to do between now and then. Try to get everything set up and ready to go. So we'll see how well that actually works.
Yeah, it's you might consider it a work in progress. Logistics is always a pain. Unless everything's cut and dried. With me, nothing's ever cut and dried. So if you're dealing with a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then you throw the kids in the mix, logistics can be messy.
So, starting to get a little windy here, so I don't know that I'm actually going to take the awning and throw it out. I'll probably just leave it in. I'm not going to play with a bunch of wind and an awning. But I still got a bunch of other things to do, like get the folding chairs out, set up a couple of things. I still got to get the TV torches out. So definitely some work to do.
Yeah, well, you're still getting, this is on your second outing with that, isn't it?
Trip number 5, and this is likely going to be my last trip of the season. I'll probably take the RV in, kind of look at getting it winterized and making sure everything's set up and ready to go for the winter, and make sure everything is set up for next season.
Okay, yeah, I see where you're at. I remember the one up here to Copan, but I didn't I guess remember any others. See, I don't get to talk to y'all that often.
I had 2 at Rocky Point, and then 1 at Flat Rock. Both of those are over there by Ken's place. And then I had Copan and now Uluga.
Well, at least you're spreading it around and making the most of what's available. I got a brother who just moved down here. He called me, I don't know, it's about 4 months ago, I guess. Wanted to know, first thing, didn't want to know anything about the housing and the prices and things like that. The first thing he wanted to know was, do they have any lakes down there, or housing additions close to lakes? Because I have a boat and I like to camp and take the boat. And so I'm going, we do have a few lakes, yes. Did I lose you, Chris? Okay, am I still getting out?
You're still transmitting, Johnny. 85 FM.
Okay, then I can assume the problem is on Chris's end, and you just never know. He's after away. All right, we'll be sure at KG5KGL. We'll stand ready to take his resumption when he comes back in. This is his 5 FTK. Do we have anybody else that'd like to get on the message section? Please call now.
K5CAY.
Continue our trend of one at a time. We have K5CAY. Mr. Dan, how are you doing today? N5XQ10.
N5XQ10 K5CAY. Yes, sir, Johnny. Doing pretty well. Matter of fact, it's Christmas time here. That's the boxes. Your radio outlet. I talked about the filters on the HF.